2, 1, 2. We're almost there. Hold on. Just opening up a bunch of windows here. We'll get going in a second. Let me lower the background music a little bit there. Hold on a second. Be right with you. Just want to get all my windows ready. Let's go into Twitch. Hey, hello. So, hey, Misadventures in Astro. Are you getting any storms? Yeah, hold on a second. I'm just opening up all my stuff on the stream. I was running a little bit late there and just getting things going here. Hold on a second. Are we getting any storms? Let me see. I don't know yet. Let me take a look at that. Just get some weather. Open up the weather page here. Get my radar open. Oh, I could see that you're in a bunch of storms over there, it looks like. Yeah. No, I'm not getting any storms yet, but if they come, I won't be surprised that I lose my stream to lightning or something. Hold on a second. I'm just opening up a few more windows here. Excellent. Looks like I won't be doing any deep sky imaging done for a while. Yeah, it's the summer. I just want to, I have to get my, I'm looking at my Twitch in a lot of latency. Let me get into OBS and I can see things a little bit easier here. Very good. And yeah, so welcome everyone. I'm Jason. I'm an amateur astronomer. I like streaming about astronomy and getting into astronomy, looking at the universe, sharing the universe with you. You can share stuff with us too if you're an amateur like Misadventures. And Misadventures, have you been doing any solar imaging lately? Misadventures, last time I looked in on his stream, he was doing some daytime sun imaging of sunspots. And let me make sure my chat window's open. He says I have, yes. Sound is okay. Oh, good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I might, yeah, the levels, I might have to adjust them later if they get, like, I don't want to blow everybody away with the audio, so, yeah, just gonna hydrate. Today I did very many hours of yard work today, so, and it was 95 here, so this is my decompressing and I can relax moment. So yeah, let me resize some windows here. And okay, so tonight's stream, we're going to be talking about a pretty, let me lower the background audio just a little bit. Well, not that much. So the tune went down by itself. Hold on. That's funny. A little bad timing there. But. So yeah, so this stream, as you might have seen it from the title, has to do with asteroids, but even more importantly, I'm going to focus on a specific aspect of asteroids and a particular meteor storm that is in Earth's future, for sure. What I want to do, because I was still setting up just now, is I just want to close my doors so that household ambient sound doesn't intrude here. Nobody's making noise yet, but I just want to catch it early. I'll be right back. Eh, very good. Let me put my audio back on and see what we're doing here. Okay, so yeah, so there's this thing called the Taurid Meteor. It's a swarm of rocks that are orbiting the sun, rocks and a little bit of ice too, and they are responsible for the Taurid meteor shower. That the Taurids, they have the northern and southern Taurids in the October through November, but also in June, or right now, and through into July, there's a daytime aspect to this meteor shower, meteor group, and what it is, they're remnants of. Let me open up some windows here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, so let me close this incoming stream text window here. Was it that one? Okay, and yeah, so every let me back up a little bit. So every year there's this thing called the Asteroid Day, and it gets its name from on the anniversary of the Tunguska meteor that exploded over Siberia in the early 20th century and flattened a bunch of trees, millions of trees. And the reason that they have this celebration is for people to learn more about asteroids and the threats that they pose to Earth, and the things that we might encounter over time related to them. So I have a number of tabs open on my screen here to show you guys. I've planned this stream beforehand, and also even I have a guide here for myself in the background because I had a while back I had done a bunch of research and created a video that I posted on YouTube and removed from there because I had a video in there from the Chelyabinsk event that happened back in 2013. This meteor exploded over Russia with the force of a small nuclear bomb, and I had to remove that video because even though it was listed as being a Creative Commons, and I was like, oh, this is cool, this is a beautiful video, so I have the video, and it may accidentally play tonight, but the video shows the explosion in a way that most others don't, and there's a scientific reason why, and an educational reason why people, in my opinion, should be able to see it. So that said, I have to go find my chat window because I accidentally closed it out there. I apologize. Okay, there you go. Got a great image of sunspots. I'm sorry. And yeah, so that's cool. By the way, Misadventures, if you're still here and you want to, if you have a website that you post your images to, that's not Discord, because I have security concerns about Discord, but if you have like a website that's in a common place that people use, that amateur imagers use to upload their things, I'll check out the link and we could share your thing, or people can go to click on Misadventure's name. I don't have Streamlabs hooked up for shout outs yet, and I was copy pasting people's names into chat, and their URLs for their Twitch streams, and I've decided that people can just click people's names. It's a lot easier. So for everybody. So Misadventures, go check out his website, his stream, and follow him if you like. And let me open up this window a bit because I want to get down to talking about this now. Let me. So during the night, I will periodically cover my face on purpose so that you guys can see stuff a little bit better, and I might hide my image sometimes doing that. So this website, which I am showing the URLs on the top too, but I will copy some of those into chat for people to find stuff. Let me copy that one in there, and let me find my chat window. I'm gonna bring my chat window out too. Hold on, pop that out there. Now I can see it. Very good. So, I didn't know that. Yeah, everyone used Discord. Kind of nuts. Yeah, Discord. I get invites and the links are always expired, and when I go to go join them, on occasion I detect suspicious activity. So I don't think that they're as secure as people would like it to be. It's a personal opinion. I'm sure other people would argue with me about that, but they're entitled to have that perspective too. So my profile is the same under TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I have Astrobin, but I don't post there often. Cool. Yeah. So everyone, go check out Misadventures. He's he does live streaming of astronomy, which is great. Here's the link to this Eyes on Asteroids website, and the reason I'm sharing that is you could see, and by the way, if the audio ever bugs anybody, I can't tell very well because of the way that I'm set up here. I don't have my voice feed mixing in my headphones, so just let me know. So what I want to do is show you guys this. Let me get out there, and I'm gonna make my image smaller because I'm not as important as this is. There we go. And so what we're looking at here are near-Earth asteroids that have the potential, and this is a real-time model. There it says June 19th at 6:22 or 8:22 p.m. excuse me, which is my local time. And what we're looking at here are, if I zoom out. Now, this doesn't show all of the asteroids. Let me sit back and relax here. Very good. And I'll put some more light on me here so that I'm not invisible. Okay, so now I can relax. Finally, after a long day. This is volume level seems good. That's cool. I did capture JWST and we'll be posting the animation. Oh wow! So isn't that in it's in a Lagrange point, isn't it? So um, did you catch it against background stars, and like is it relatively stationary against them? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's pretty cool. So here on this Eyes on Asteroids at the link I just showed, these are just the Earth crossing, or the ones that are potentially hazardous asteroids that are near the Earth. There are many more potentially hazardous ones that we don't know about yet, and that's a lot of what I'm going to be talking about tonight. So if I zoom in a bit here, you see around the Earth, there's a bunch of clustering of a number of asteroids. If I click around here on the Earth, you can see um, um, a nice presentation that they give. And let me see. I believe there's a revert button here. Let's see if it resets it. Okay, got it. Thanks. Okay, that reset it enough. So, as you can see, around the Earth, it looks like there's a lot more of them, kind of like in like a cloud of them around the Earth. Oh yeah, it's not stationary. No, it moves. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think it was stationary, but I mean, relative to us and the background stars, it would be moving. But hey, Lord to Basil, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, so we're talking about these near-Earth asteroids, and tonight we're going to also talk about the Taurid meteor cloud that orbits around the sun, and it's from a comet that broke up 25,000 years ago into numerous different comets, including Comet Encke and a number of other ones. And in the fall, we have the Taurid meteor shower, and it's really two showers, the northern Taurids and the southern Taurids, and they can be pretty bright. They're usually larger, stony asteroids versus like grape nut-sized specks that you see shooting stars are these grape nut-sized meteors that are hitting the Earth constantly. But for the Taurids, they are a gigantic thing. So in the summer, when they're orbiting when the Earth passes through this cloud of stuff, it's a giant torus around the solar system here. The Earth, they're coming from a sunward direction, so we can't see them when they're coming, and their rate is about 25 per hour when they're hitting. And how do we know that if it's sunny out, right, in the daytime? It's because of radar. So radar sees, they're called the beta Taurids, this summer Taurid shower. And an interesting aspect of it is the Tunguska meteor is attributed to the Taurid Swarm, and we're certain that there are a number of pieces of it that are like a meter size and bigger in it, but we really don't know like the threat level of it. But in the daytime, from now through into early July, they can make these bright daytime bolides that fly through the atmosphere and put on a very bright show. And usually a good time to possibly catch them would be in the AM hours, just before sunrise. You might see some, and during the day. They're mostly in the daytime, but just before sunup or at sunup, you could potentially see one of these. So one of the other tabs that I had open here, let me go back out here, is so on the Earth, we get a lot of fireballs. Let me see if I can maximize this for you. Oh, I don't want to do that. There we go. So this fireball site, let me copy that into chat. Paste, there we go. Okay, so this fireball site, it reports, like, this says through May 20th, but let me reload this page and see. Oops. Let's see if it updates it to, okay, so it's still May 20th, which is pretty recent, but it's not, that may be the last significant event that they logged, so, which I happen to know which one that was. It was this puppy right here, I think. Was it this one? No, it was up in India, was it? No. Maybe I don't know which one it was. Hold on a second. Okay. It was a bright event. 4:15. Here, this one. Here it is, off of Africa. So this puppy here had the energy of 6.3 kilotons of TNT. So it's like, you might be like, well, how come we haven't heard about that? You know, it's like, that's like that. So to give you an idea, the Hiroshima nuclear weapon, I believe, was 15 kilotons. Was it 15? That's my recollection. Don't quote me on that. But let's see. I didn't know Tunguska was potentially part of the Taurid. Learn something new every stream. Thank you. Yeah, I learn so many things every day. Like, that's the cool thing about astronomy, is like, there's so many aspects of it, and we're always, there's no way that any one person knows like all the aspects of it. I mean, there could be, you know, highly functioning, high IQ people who do, but someone like me, I'm always pounding it in, and they're, you know, trying to absorb as much as I can, but it's just fun, right? We're just observing. We're just looking at what's around us, and that's astronomy, is like just observing the universe. So this particular one here, this on April 15th, tax day, was 6.3 kilotons, and let's see, and then this one. Let's see if I can go over. Okay, yeah, that's one of the most recent ones. This April 15th one of this year, and that's strong. I mean, you could see, since this has been records have been kept of this on this website from 1988 to now. You could see that this yellow one that I'm pointing at is, you know, much less common of a thing, but there are much brighter ones. So I believe that this one is the Chelyabinsk one. So you can see it was 440 kilotons, which, you know, if you look at Hiroshima, which was 15 kilotons, and Nagasaki, which was 21 kilotons, this is way more powerful than those nuclear explosions. So let me see if I can pull up that. Well, I'm just gonna do it this way because I don't want to get a strike on my channel. But if if you could be here personally, I could show you those without getting banned. But so this doesn't show it well. I have a much better quality video of this. This is on the Wikipedia page, and I have the ultra high quality version of this that I really wish I could show it here, but this is a cropped view, by the way, also of the one that I have, which is from the same camera that this was shot, this mini version here. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger here. And this is like really crappy quality, but I'm sorry, folks. So, but you can see here that it got pretty bright, and you can see like the trail behind it. It's like, yeah, it looks like Hiroshima was around 16 plus 2. Yeah, plus or minus. Okay, yeah, so I'm in the margin of error. That's good. Yeah, and so this thing's 441 kilotons, as we saw on that other page, right? So over here, you see this red one here is 440 kilotons, that thing we were just watching in the video. So, you know, the power of multiple small nuclear weapons, not in the range of hydrogen bombs, but regular atomic bombs. And as you can see, since 1988, that was one of the largest ones recorded, was this one over Russia. Now, I'm aware of some things that may have exploded over the ocean that might not be listed on this Fireball site, but because they were fairly powerful also, but I don't see them here when I look at this map. But this is the official, you know, JPL NASA website for that. So, you know, we'll roll with that, and I trust, you know, what they're saying. But I have heard of very strong over the ocean that cause. So the reason they track these is because they're looking for nuclear weapons explosions, and so that they can respond to them or detect non-compliance with nuclear treaties and or threats, right? So, so yeah. So as you can see, it's a fairly common thing to happen over time for fairly large size stuff to be burning up in our atmosphere. So let me see. So if we look at, let me make sure my window is sized right for this too. Open up. Let me get into. I think I have my window too big. I apologize for that. Okay, so as you can see here, this site, let me reload it too, because I kind of preloaded them for the stream, but here you can see they show the most recent close approaches. And if you notice the dates, 6/17, 6/13, 6/15, 6/14, 6/9, right? So, ooh, I said that. Just joking. You can see these are asteroids that were closer to us than the moon. So let me just make sure I've got all my windows open here. Hey, Scotty Rotten, how's it going, man? We're doing good. Us nerds are doing great, sir. And let me just check something here. Yeah, everything's going good. Yeah, we're doing fine. We're talking about asteroids and the the implications of them being in our neighborhood, and eventually some will hit us. Um, so this page that we were looking at here shows, it's pretty obvious. Like, I'm going to scroll down, and if you, I don't, can you guys see my bar here? I'm going to show you my scroll bar on the right here. Here, let me go over there, and you can see I'm like going down. You see how like and we're into 2022, right? And I'm going. So there's been a bunch of stuff detected that comes closer to the Earth than the Moon, and some of them real close. And then if we go to let's see. Yeah, this is, so I do want to keep this visualization here. Oh yeah, this is cool. So NASA had sent this spacecraft to an asteroid and crashed it in. It's a DART mission, and so these space rocks, right? They're and these two are gravitationally attracted to each other. They're looking into redirecting these asteroids by affecting them and impacting them. So as you can see here, we're on a one-way trip to on this mission here, and it's these last few frames right before you hit, and so you can see that they're just a pile of rubble, basically, that a lot of these asteroids tend to be. Some of them are solid, metal that are extremely dense, and some of them are just rubble piles, similar to these guys here, and some are, and then we have comets that visit us too, and all of these things. I mean, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of objects that they're tracking. That are, some of which are potentially hazardous to the Earth, and but right now there are none that in the next 100 years that are known to be a threat to us. Just saying that up front because I don't want anybody to be all panicked out or anything. But there is also, I mean, there are things that we don't know, right? So like this one, we didn't know it was coming, and there are numerous meteors that are asteroids, right, that are a meter or less, or a couple meters, and we've not cataloged them. We've only kept track of the largest ones, found the largest, the easiest ones to find, and now they're working on finding the smaller ones. So this Taurid Meteor Swarm, they tried to get a fix on it in 2019, and they weren't able to detect. They're pretty sure that there are a lot of 1 meter meteors in there. So in the Taurid Swarm, there could be these things called city killers. So it's not an extinction event kind of thing that we might encounter. It's more likely that we're going to have some. Oh, I'm sorry. Just got back from Chicago looking at pics from Brick World. Oh, that's very nice. Excellent. So are you streaming right now? If I don't mind people checking out your stream. So Scotty Rotten, click on Scotty Rotten's name there and follow him if you like. He's a Legos streamer at times, and then a lot of times he streams listening to music while chatting about it, and sometimes interesting history pops up related to the songs, or memories get poked, and you're like, when I'm listening to it, I hear a song from Rush or from some other band, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. So yeah, check out Scotty Rotten, and and his stream. So yeah, so so this thing that we're looking at here, we didn't know it was coming, and hours later, another uh, asteroid went by the Earth, and they thought it might have been related to this, but it turned out that it wasn't. So that was kind of just interesting timing, but also shows that there's a lot of stuff out there. Something that a lot of people don't know, and I recently did this. I'm going to look for it here. I don't know if I still have it on my desk or not. Here it is. So I want to show you guys, and this is not exaggerating here. Let me look at my camera view real quick so that you guys can see this. And let me make my camera bigger. And big and no. Woo. And so this bag of stuff that you see here, right, was on my flat roof outside, and it's a relatively new flat roof. So, and I go up there fairly frequently to retreat, like to clear my gutters, because leaves get in them, and being in Florida, you really have to be on top of it in order to not have anything back up into under your eaves of your house. So I want to show you. I'm gonna put this light on here. So it also rains a lot here, and gonna see. I don't know if you guys can see this chunk here. Sorry about this. So it's not focused. I apologize. But this chunk right here, right, is one of the many chunks of junk that I was able to retrieve from my roof. And it's a little known fact. A lot of people don't know this, but if you go out to like your drain pipe, aside from the dust that blows over from Africa and elsewhere in the world, it's like here in Florida, we get literally get dust that blows over the Atlantic Ocean to us here, and accumulates enough that you can see the coloration. And of course, you know, there's pollution and volcanoes and volcanic ash and things like that that, you know, rain down on us constantly. Oh, I've wanted to look for micrometeorites. Yeah. So what's interesting, like, look, I know that this was a fair, like, this likely happened in one event. What I have here, this wasn't, I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't from multiple, but, you know, it seems to me, and this is speculation, that one of them exploded, you know, in the upper atmosphere and rained chunks down. So what I want to do is ask some of my neighbors if they have the same, you know, amount of this kind of stuff on their roof too, or if I just got lucky. But if you go out to a dark sky site, you can see meteors constantly flying. And something I want to point out, because it is amazing, of a website. I'm going to go there right now. Let me just pull it up. It's on YouTube. Oh wait, I can do it through my website. Hold on. I'm bringing it to YouTube, but let me just go. So this is a live camera in Hawaii. That it's daytime right now in Hawaii, but check this out. When it's nighttime in Hawaii, this puppy right here. Hold on, let me open it up here. Right now, you could see this is a live camera. Let's see if it's yeah, it's live. So those clouds are moving really slowly, but if we go back, let's see if it's still in the timeline for nighttime there. So check this out, and hopefully I don't get any kind of issues. So I'm going to share the link to this thing. It is crazy. Hold on, copy. So look at this. So what we're looking at, this is at nighttime, right? Now this is in real time, this stream. And that right now, this is a recording from earlier, but you can watch it live when it's daytime, like in the morning, you're at work or you're home, whatever, and check it out. And I do see some like buffering. You know, I'm pulling a lot of bandwidth now with streaming. Probably my wife's watching something inside too, but you can sit here and watch meteors like shoot across. Oh, there was one right there. You can. I'm going to stop moving my mouse, and you'll see. Come on, baby. Come on. Don't be all blurry on me. I wonder if YouTube's like, oh, you double streaming us or something. But check out. I'm going to put this link in stream here. And just go there and check it out at your leisure. Let me close this window out. It is awesome. And you will see that meteors are constantly flashing through. Boom, 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 boom. And when there's a meteor shower, like a big one going on, it is just mind-blowing how many you can see. And that they're using just a Sony A7S camera. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Let me put this in link in the chat. Paste. Here's that YouTube there, yeah. And what's cool about that is so the whole sky transits through the field of view. So if you catch it just after their sunset right now, you can see the Milky Way rising up, and you know, you're looking at our galaxy, you know, and you can watch it live real time through YouTube, and you see satellites going through, you see meteors constantly burning up in the atmosphere. It's just so cool. It's like one of my favorite things to watch when I'm totally don't have anything else to do. So yeah, so let me back out here, and so this was in the Chelyabinsk meteor thing on Wikipedia, and it's, you know, it's an okay article if you want to catch up on it. It's tells you about how this event was, how they recovered meteorite samples from it, like this little chunk, but they also got a big one out of a lake too. And here, this was a national visualization, is my recollection. It looks kind of low res on here. I don't know why YouTube. I don't even know if this is on YouTube, but maybe they're just detecting my band. Luckily, my stream bandwidth looks good because my camera looks clear, it seems. And let's just so they're showing how it, you know, re-entered the atmosphere there, and not re-entered, entered the atmosphere, and kind of spread out there at those heights. And so they recover here. Let me just zoom ahead here. And they modeled like where did the strewn field go and the dust go from it. So let me back out of this, close this out. So yeah, check that out. You could see the plume of that it left behind. It exploded, busted out all kinds of over 1,000. I remember back then the story was over 1,000 buildings, windows were exploded out, and they show, you know, garage doors getting blown in, you know, glass everywhere kind of stuff. This roof is attributed to being collapsed by that. Yeah, just now here is a specimen of it, and you can see on the outside here there's this fusion crust. So when a rock comes in from space, it burns, obviously, right? And gets this dark crust on the outside. And if it's a stony one, you can, and you can be broken open if it hasn't already broken. Usually they are broken when they find some of it's usually broken off of it. But yeah, check that out. And this is the orbit that they think it had before of this object, and they're showing how it was different than these other orbits here. Hold on, because this other object that came hours later was on a different trajectory, and they ruled out that they came together. Okay, so let's see here. So a while back, NASA's Neowise satellite mapped out wow, what is going on with the YouTubes tonight? Let's see. Okay, and I don't want their audio. Let me just close that out of here. Kind of a blur show over there. Let's see. Okay, so this Neowise satellite, it over time, over years, it was finding these, and so you could see this like fanning spray out of all these asteroids that it was finding, that were a lot of them not previously detected before. And you can see the comets represented in yellow there too. And let me get myself out of the way here. So so it had a limited beam width that's why it has this like fan thing, right? It was looking out in these two directions and detecting these things. So so it just gives you a sense of how much junk is out there. There is a lot of stuff. Let me go back to my chat here. Very good. We're good to go. So let me take a look at one other thing here. Hi everybody, I'm Jason Higley, and tonight we're talking about a number of things, but I'm focusing on a particular aspect of it, which is the Taurid Meteor Swarm, and also touching on the idea that there's Asteroid Day that comes every year on the anniversary of the Tunguska event. And let me, I do want to, so if anybody just goes to asteroidday.org is the website, and you can see that they have a countdown timer, 10 days and 15 hours until Asteroid Day. So you can participate in your neck of the woods and have an event yourself. You can place it on their calendar if you want to do outreach. If you're in Luxembourg, for example, they're doing a major festival related to this year, and they get all these guest speakers that you can get your own guest speakers too. And you can see, I'm going to fly through here. I don't have the copyrights for these people's images, but you can see like they have a lot of and then some people who are well known have signed on, like these 100 people here support, like Brian May of Queen, right? If Scotty's still here, Queen's co-founder who is also an astronomer. A lot of people don't know that. You got Jack Black, Ashton Kutcher, Bill Nye, Sarah Brightman. All these people want to promote awareness of Asteroid Day, and want people to understand that we have to improve science related to this. Maya Bialik, you might remember her from Big Bang Theory, and she's also a scientist too. So this it's the reason that all these people are doing this, right? And you see these corporate sponsors down here, and entities that are getting involved, and it's a thing. It's a threat, right? And one of the things, I've shown it on my stream before, but I am going to show it again, is that comets come in, and asteroids too, from the outer solar system, and we just don't know, when they're coming. So let me just pull up this one video I had put together, and I'm only going to play it for a second, but it is this comet that came. Here it is, Comet Ison. And so why am I showing this? So let me make this full screen. And I made this video, so I don't have any concerns about copyright issues. This comet came from the Oort cloud years ago and ended its trip at the sun. It melted at the sun, and the reason I'm bringing it up here is Comet Encke is this other object that flies by too, and it has a I think it's 5.6, but don't quote me on that. But it has a less than 6 year orbit around the sun, and this Comet Encke is part of this Taurid complex, in the sense that it is one of the asteroids, and there are a number of them associated with the Taurid. So there was this proto-comet 25,000 years ago that disintegrated around the sun, and Comet Encke is one of these objects, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. And I want to show you this. I have my audio muted on here too, and if my music annoys anybody, I could lower it. Let me pause this for a second. So this upper one here, this is Comet Ison, right? And it got the nickname from the way it was discovered. There are actually a number of comets that were discovered by the same method, but this one, just the name stuck to it. So let me just check that I'm doing this the right way here. I believe that all of my images are in the frame, but I just want to keep it out of the way. So let me just check on chat, because that window got closed by accident. Okay, so the upper one is Comet Ison, and it was his first trip in, right? So when you see it in the beginning, it's kind of sloughing off and evaporating, and the tail is blowing away from the sun, right? I'm bringing up this comet because it's the same problem of asteroids and comets coming in from the outer solar system, and us not having detected them before. So they catch us by surprise oftentimes. So this thing is slow. You can see its tail is blowing away from the sun. The sun is on the right over here, and comet. Even though they look like they're next to each other, they're actually very far from each other. This is Comet Encke, this little one here, and it's got a very short orbit around the sun, a short period orbit, and but it keeps. Imagine it broke out off of this other comet 25,000 years ago, and is still going strong. You know, it's the Energizer Bunny of comets, right? And but you see what happened to ice on there when it went around the sun. This loops for another one. So you can see Encke's still going. It still has a tail, and you know there are a number of other objects in this Taurid Swarm cloud that of material that is out there that are still cometary, and a lot of most of it is probably rock, because the volatiles have already boiled off into space, kind of thing. So there you go. So that's that. See, that's me, by the way. I'm not so incognito here because I can't be. I have to do outreach, and it's just the nature of things. So yeah. So you know, so we have this stuff coming in to Earth all the time, into the solar system. We've had stuff crash into Jupiter, which are asteroids and comets. And can you hold on a second? Just give me a second. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm on a stream. What's up? You want me to look up what? Yeah, is it something that you need to know immediately? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look that up for you. Yeah, I'll get back to you. Okay, very good. Have fun, man. Very good. Bye-bye. Okay. Let me just close this out. So yeah, even though I have a cell phone, I also have this hotline here. So yeah, so what I wanted to say is, oh, and I left it on this boring window here. Sorry about that. I was looking up. So stuff also hits the other planets. Okay, I spelled that right, I think. Okay, so Schumacher-Levy is this comet that broke up on its way past Jupiter into numerous chunks years ago, and it impacted on Jupiter, leaving these spots, and these are from the Hubble in ultraviolet. But here you can see in the visible the marks that it made. Now these marks are bigger than, or as big as the Earth, some of these, and the point being is there is significant hazard of stuff impacting us, and even Jupiter hurling stuff at a higher speed to us too. So here is an image sequence, they say, from Galileo, which showed how the light from the comet impact, and Jupiter is ginormous. They were showing the Great Red Spot here, and Earth fits inside there. Is much smaller than that. So it gives you an idea. The scale is ginormous. If something like that ever hit the Earth, it would be catastrophic. whether it's a comet or an asteroid. A lot of asteroids are extinct comets that all the volatiles have boiled off into space, and some of them are kind of a mix of both. Anyway, yeah, let's see. So the Chelyabinsk was likely a comet that had most of its volatile material burnt off from previous trips around the sun. So yeah, so that's the idea. Is it may have been part of this Taurid group of stuff that is a lot like Comet Encke, right? That piece that exploded over Siberia, and but there are rocky, like large stony meteors that come from this, and that allows me to get more toward the in line with what I wanted to present tonight, which is let me just open up. So I have a little bit of a guideline here for myself that I want to make sure that it was actually a script that I made for a movie that I made about this that I had to pull off of YouTube. But because I used something that was in what I thought was in I could use, so I took it off, and I could have just edited it out, but I kind of I was like, okay, well, I want to find something as good as that to put it in there. So what I took out was what I showed you before that was on the Wikipedia site, but I had the full quality version of that on, and it was supposed to be distributable, but apparently somebody wanted to make money off of my video, I think, and tried to slam it, but I was like, no. So anyway, I'll talk about that some other time, maybe. So this Taurid Swarm is always out there, and it's Earth that passes through its tail, so to speak. And what I want to do is, I think if we look up the Taurid's meteor shower, right? And I do have a bunch of images that I want to show you related to this that I used in the movie. But first we'll take a look at what does Wikipedia say about it, right? So this is a northern Taurid bolide, right? That you can see what a bolide is. It's like this way brighter than the moon kind of thing that blows. Oh yeah, I'm sure you saw a new paper theorized that water is pretty common in solar system accretion disks. So let's see, common asteroid maybe help the age. Yeah. So years ago I saw that. Something related to that recently, and the isotopes in the comet water there was like a discrepancy between the isotope numbers, and this was years ago, but maybe they found a bunch that match now. But there was a question, like, initially we always thought, like, the comets, seeded the Earth with the organic mineral chemicals, and water, filled the ocean, so to speak. So we got the water from somewhere, right? It was in the accretion disk, and we see at exoplanets and forming protoplanetary disks. The chemistry that would if you're on a planet sweeping through forming, you're gonna kind of sweep up whatever's gravitationally attracted to you. So yeah. So let's see. Yeah. So yeah. This Taurids. Why I want to focus on this one in particular is it kind of summarizes like what the difficulty of wrapping our like understanding like the size of what we're dealing with. So as you can see here, it talks about the southern Taurids and the northern Taurids. They think there might be two different sources for them because of the way their approach vectors, but they since recently I was reading that and here you can see Anki and the Taurids are believed. Let me just make this bigger. Sorry. You can see it says Anki. So we were showing Anki before that little one. And they even talk about that are believed remnants of a much larger comet, which is disintegrated over the past 20 to 30,000 years. So that's why I said 25, because that's in the middle of that range. So it's a large thing. And I do want to get so here they talk about meteor impact on the moon. Let me go into a folder that I have for this. I think I can show that even the astronauts were able to detect who went on they left behind on the moon this detector that could detect micrometeorites. Let me just give me a second and open that up. Okay, there. Oh, yay! So I'm happy because I found the folder I was looking for. So yeah, there was this experiment. I'm gonna need to add this in here. I wonder if I should do an image slideshow on this one. That might be a good idea. I might have more sources here than 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I think OBS only allows like 30 something things. So let me just do one at a time. Here we go. Because then I can stay on subject here. Hold on. So I'm going to open. I want to show you the experiment that they left on the moon. So when a meteor, when you've all heard of meteor showers, and those are these little, usually like grape nut cereal sized chunks, usually, or smaller. They can be even smaller. So the original Apollo astronauts left behind detectors to try to measure that, and they did detect during a meteor storm on Earth that there were hits also on these detectors. Let me. This is the Taurids. Okay. Pardon me as I open this up here. So here you can see this experiment, and I'll uncover my face here, that they placed for looking at this. So let me make it a little bigger. And this experiment was measuring, was able to measure during an increase in hits of these micrometeors, micrometeorites on the moon from, I believe, I have to verify which shower it was, but I'm pretty sure it was. They detected Taurids with this too. Not 100% sure, but I did. I think it may have been. So I am going to close out the windows as I go, so that I don't get too much cluttering on my screen here. So there we go. And I apologize if I missed any chat. So there we go. Yeah. So let me get into the Taurid part of this. So we were talking before about the Tunguska event, and this Siberian explosion, basically, with the force of a nuclear weapon in the air. And let me add this image. Which is, there we go. So let me, oh, that was too big. So there were all these trees that were knocked over by the Tunguska meteor. And contrary to what you might have read out there that nobody was killed by it, if you ask the local people, they have a different story. So they said that there were people out there, loggers and others who were killed by it. And let me open yet another one and keep my eye on chat here just to make sure I don't miss anybody. So yeah, let me open up. There's another image of from the same event that was seen by explorers, later after the event, and basically, you can see here. I'll just resize these things. So you could see it kind of knocked everything away from the center of the blast when this thing happened. And let me close this one too. Okay, and if we go to the Tunguska event page, okay, so let's see here. Interestingly, I don't see the images there that I was just showing you, but they're saying it was a 12 megaton explosion, which, that's on the order of like large nuclear weapons, not the Hiroshima Nagasaki class, but the next level kind of stuff. And so they say here 80 million trees were knocked over by it. So it was it's hypothesized that this was from the Taurid Swarm. And the Taurids, we pass through the Taurids, every year we pass through the streams, and some years there are many more than others. And the last big one was in 2019, and the next really big one will be in the 2030s. So I think it was 2036 or something, but even in the interim, there are a lot of, like, the reason we have meteor showers at all, and the reason we can detect 25 per hour from this meteor shower right now, like during these, from now going forward into July, is because even though there are like times where it's stronger than others, um, really any time, because of the kind of random distribution in the stream that big stuff can be, it would not be surprising for one of these to come in, a city killer sized one, and knock out a city. We were talking about the fireballs here, right? It's pretty common, for stuff to be coming in. If this is over decades, right? And thank goodness nothing. But the estimate is like something that's on the order of a Tunguska event should happen once or twice a century. And Tunguska, not Chelyabinsk. Chelyabinsk should be even more frequent. It could be twice a century for that too, but on the low side. But it's Tunguska size events should be once a century, or perhaps twice a century. We're not sure. So a lot of the stuff, as you could see, it happens over the oceans, and oh yeah. So I just missed those. Let me just see. Strong enough pressure wave will kill you. Yeah, those pictures are 3 years later. Yeah. Yeah, and took a while for scientists to reach the area. That's true, and part because of the funding, but also so remote. It is. There's a reason they banished people to Siberia during the war, because it's like it's cold, severe weather and cold, but also pretty remote, and like if you escape, where are you gonna run to, kind of thing. So some people, they like, if the locals have been interviewed back then, and a lot of written accounts of things don't, especially in Russian, and other languages that are not not the European ones, don't tend to make it out, get translated, or make it outside of their sphere. But to the local people know the stories. You just have to ask. So let me show you something else here that I want to look at. I'm kind of tempted, so bear with me. Something I want to try, and it could be like an epic fail, and I apologize in advance. But I want to try to see if I can open up this folder. Let's see. So we use hotkeys to control the slide, and let me. Let's see. I want a folder for it though. Let's see if it offers me to find the folder. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm just going to try to add these files to. Oh, let's go cancel that. I'm going to add a directory, and this will make this go faster for all of us. So let me add directory. Where is this thing? And Oops. Up, up. I think it'll be this one. Okay, good. Let's give this a try here. Okay. So, don't know how this is going to work out, but we're going to give it a try. So, what we're going to be looking at is all of these different things that I used in a movie, and I'm actually going to open yet another folder here. Let me get one more here. Add. I don't know if it'll allow me to do 2 slideshows, so if it doesn't and I crash the system, I humbly apologize. But this could be fun to have multiple going at once. Okay. Go up. Select folder. Okay. This could be interesting. Okay. So just give me a second. I gotta resize this puppy here. So we're gonna do a whirlwind asteroid show here coming up in a moment. This window is like crazy. Okay. Okay, here we go. And then this one I'll go through manually, and we'll hopefully. Okay, image slideshow. Okay. So what we're going to do here is pray that this works. Okay, next frame. Come on, baby. You can do this. Oops. Oh, man. It's not letting me do it. Oh, it only called it one image. Dang. Okay, let's get this puppy out of here. I humbly apologize. Let's see if this one will do it. Okay, so this one, we'll pause it and go through it one by one here. Okay. I can do this, I swear. There we go. I do want to get rid of this one though. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look through these, and then we're going to look through another set momentarily. So as you can see, stuff hits the Earth, and we have had mass extinction events in the past. We had the Chicxulub impact that killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. 66, right? And this class of rock, we're pretty sure we've detected at least 90% of these kinds of threats. Maybe it's a little bit higher now. That could hit us, except for stuff coming in from the outer solar system or stuff that's transiting between solar systems. That stuff obviously isn't cataloged, but this is an artistic representation of an impact, and the reason I have this one in here is, let me bring up chat again because I accidentally closed that. Let's see. Yeah. So in this right now, we were talking about the beta Taurids, which are going on right now. The other two showers that are also going on right now are the Arietids and the Zeta Perseids. And I was able to show that it's probable that the Zeta Perseids are actually also the beta Taurids. They're probably the same shower, and their rate is like 30 per hour in the sun, in the daytime. So there's a lot of stuff that's hitting us right now, and people don't know about. We saw this before, the Chelyabinsk explosion, 440 kilotons. This is a comet. That's Comet Halley's comet, and this is like why we need to scan the skies, because not just Comet Halley's well known, right? It's in a 76-year orbit around the sun, but there's stuff like this that randomly comes in. It's estimated billions to up to a trillion objects in the Oort cloud, which is way beyond Pluto, and stuff like the comet Ison that we were looking at before is coming in here all the time. So for astronomers, there are some people who kind of get hung up on asteroid versus comet kind of thing, but a lot of times asteroids are, like I was saying before, extinct comets, or they just don't have any volatiles on them because they're orbiting closer to the sun than this other stuff that's out there. But when the protoplanetary disk of the solar system was forming, a lot of these had volatiles also on them that have evaporated off into space, and they're just like big rubble piles now of stuff. So during a meteor shower, we're talking about these little rocks coming in. So when we talk about a shooting star, like these fingers of this that you see here in this image, this is a long exposure image during a real meteor shower, and each one of those streaks happen at a different time during the shower, but as you can see, they're all pointing back to one location in the sky. And meteor showers do that. They have an origin point in the sky. So if you ever go out during a meteor shower to look at one from preferably from a dark sky site, you'll see pardon me, you'll see you don't have to look at the I don't think this is showing on my screen, on your screen, but you don't have to look at the point that they're originating from. Let me just see if I could show you a different way. Hey, Dreamless Phantom, how's it going? Yes, good to see you back. Thanks for coming. So let's see. Miss Adventure says, let's see. According to pictures were taken about 19 years after the. Yes, and when you wrote the other thing before, I was like, oh, I remember it being later, but I didn't have the reference in front of me. But yeah, imagine that, right? And stuff still like knocked over, and yeah, like it was a pretty, it was catastrophic, in the area. And there are other photos too, but those are the two that most people have seen. Um, yeah, so this point in the sky, if you give me a second, I want to see, I want to try to open, and I'm opening so much stuff here that, and plus Windows in their wisdom, um, reload, so I have two GPUs, one that I prefer to have, and Windows sends out these updates every couple weeks that kill my video drivers, and I have to like uninstall and reinstall, and it's like a nightmare. I have an RX 6600 XT that they kill it. Like, it drives me nuts. So then I had to revert it back to a 2017 RX 580, and then they killed that one. So then I had to like figure out how to save the one that I really like. So that's what we're running on tonight. I just got it working again yesterday. But if I lose you for some reason, we can thank the original manufacturer, Hewlett Packard, and for their OEM drivers that would that are not compatible with this, and Microsoft. There's a reason that they're doing it, probably because they were literally setting them on fire with the drivers that they had last February. So I could see why they're doing it, but that's for people who didn't they don't have the right cooling and the right power supplies, and I went out of my way to make sure that I did. So anyway, so yeah, I was part of that GPU issue. Yeah, man, it was terrible. And so no doubt, like, so you cannot permanently turn on my computer. You cannot permanently turn off Windows updates. They only give you a break for a couple weeks, and then as soon as you allow the update to happen, it nerfs the system. It totally borks it. So yeah. So anyway, what I want to do is see. I'm going to open up Stellarium and see if I can show you guys this. Let me do a search. And I have to turn the Earth off. Just give me a second. Let me open this up. Okay, and okay, Arietids. Lyrids, yeah. So, I am going to show you this. Yeah, I just have to turn on my constellations. Let me grab it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Window capture. There we go. Click OK. And re-embiggen this again. So now I did want to turn on the constellations here. So this is the free program Stellarium. If you're not familiar with it, you can get it online at stellarium.org. STELLARIUM.org, and it's free. And so, oh, that's fascinating. There we go. I had to retouch the window again for it to update that, but why am I showing you this? So I've turned the Earth off because it's a daytime object and daytime shower, and so the Taurids are usually seen coming from this general let me see. There we go. You can see my mouse now. This general area near Taurus, right? It's actually more toward Perseus right now, and then you see the Areatids right here is also going on now, and there, it's suspiciously close to where the Taurid Swarm would be coming from, and the Zeta Perseids also are come from this area here. Let me see if I can make this more sensitive to that. Sky. Just looking for the solar system related. I've got labels and markers, scale, markings. No, it's not going to be DSO. So it is in here somewhere, and it shows shooting stars, but I don't want that. And I don't think the magnitude's that so limited as that. But okay, I am making it brighter. But, oh well. Let me close this out here. Anyway, what we're looking at here is the Taurids come out of this general area, which is right near the sun. So if we turn the Earth back on, let's do that. Go to landscape, turn the Earth on, show ground. Okay, so showing ground, you can see that we can't see it right now, so we have to change the time to the daytime. So let's go back into the daytime hours here, and so you can see Perseus here before my sunset tonight. Perseus and the Areatids are in there too. You might remember that it was like around here-ish. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on, that was weird. There you go. So that was odd. So I guess OBS doesn't like to talk too much to Stellarium, but yeah. So you can see here in the daytime, the meteors are going to be coming out of this general area here in the daytime, and so if you go to, like, if we back the clock up here to the AM, and let's see, the date is actually 6/19, not 5/19, and we go right before sunrise here. Let's do that. So you see right before sunrise, oh, and you don't see because it's not updating. But there we go. I'm going to zoom it in here. And let me get my chat right in my face here so that I could see when stuff's going haywire too. So let's see. I caught a few shooting stars early morning, and the GoPro piggybacked. Oh wow, that must have been fun. Seemed higher than normal for my skies. Yeah, so we were talking before about that Hawaiian live stream thing. Check that thing out, and once you see how many shooting stars there actually are, because the camera's sensitive, right? But it's a Sony A7S3 that they're using with, it's just no telescope, just the camera, but it is mind-blowing how many meteors are flying in the sky all the time. So this here article about the coloration of space weather, earthquakes, which obviously includes volcanic eruptions on Earth. So I didn't see that article, and in the published one on space weather affecting climate, and the other, and the nonsense once for all. So no, I haven't seen that article, but what I would say is color processing in general for astronomy, as you know, Third Rock, is like an issue that people battle over in astronomy, because getting to color truth is a difficult thing if people are using filters, right? So if you have a a color camera, and it's calibrated to daytime colors, like if you take the camera, like an ASCII camera, and you put it outside, and you start imaging stuff or do a color chart, right? But better yet, just do it on you, right? You know your skin tone and what you think looks the right colors, and you adjust your camera to that, the color camera, and then you point it at the sky, and you're looking at true color now, right? So something like sometimes there are Hubble images or NASA images that are a little bit irksome to me for the color schemes that they choose, because they tend to be, sometimes seem to be off. If I use a color camera on Mars, the colors and calibrated to Earth colors, the colors that I get for Mars are different than the ones that NASA publishes from Hubble. Hubble's a different instrument, but my suspicion is that the color methodology that they're using for that might not be as close to an Earth-based camera view, a color camera. So let me, I saw something else in chat too. Let me see. You see what, now we all need to do it, right? And then, okay, let me, so my Iron Rule mod here has intervened on the link. Let me see if I can open it, or if it's gonna I'm just trying to see it at all here. So yeah, that link got borked there, Third Rock. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get at it here and see. Yeah, I can't even see it. Let me go into my moderation here. I still had my thing set on super mode here, so let me. Okay, I've got hyperlinks blocked automatically. I just want to do reviewed. So I'm going to turn it off for this stream. Hopefully everybody behaves well and I don't have to ban anybody, but let me just close that out. So if you give me a second, you should be able to repost that link in a second. I just want to get back to chat here. Okay, get back. Okay, Third Rock, could you, if you want to, could you try posting that link again? If it's still in your copy paste thingus. Okay, so Mars looks exactly like Earth. This one now supposed for rovers intentionally added an orange filter. Okay, yeah. So if you could repost that link, that would be great. If you can't, I understand. But I have like killed the mod on the links, so we'll see how that goes. Um, there you go. SciTech Daily. There, it worked. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna oh, this is seismic waves from space. So yeah, it didn't show that at all. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. This was related to the other thing. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you said. I thought it was going to be the color thing, but yeah, that's cool. So let me close one thing here and open some more. So we're talking about this this particular meteor shower that's going on right now, like during the daytime, and just before sunrise, you could see that this part of the sky where Taurus is. I have to re-click it so that you can see my mouse, but I'm gonna make this a little bigger. So you can see where the Taurus is down here just before sunrise, and the Asteroids, which is this other shower that's going on now. So when they're shooting stuff across the sky, right? I'm going to back out a little bit. If so, now we're facing south, and you can see these other meteor shower origins, right? And they when there's a meteor shower going on like this one, let me see if they have the date on here too. Yeah. Okay. Let me just minimize that window for a second and go into here. Yeah, so the Asteroids that I was just talking about I just had to, verify that I'm right, because a lot of times I'm going off of memory, and, sometimes memory doesn't serve. But this Asteroids thing that we were talking about, and let me get back to Stellarium and fix the window here. And there we go. So let me unselect this. Asteroids, there we go. So this Asteroids is going on right now, and if we look at the dates, it started on May 22nd through July 2nd, and it peaks June 7th, which is past, obviously, right? And along with the Zeta Perseids are the most intense daylight meteor showers of the year, and their source, they're saying, comes from Icarus and 96P Mach holes. But the Zeta, I remember reading the Zeta Perseids may now be associated. So, and they come out of the same, on the bottom here, which you can't see the Wikipedia for Asteroids. Let me try to move that window up. Window capture. Oh, I probably closed that out. Let me reopen that. Okay. Yeah. So the Asteroids are this shower we're describing that's going on right now, and you could see the graphic that got me talking about this. And the peak passed, but you see they have a zenithal hourly rate of 60 per hour in the daytime, right? So that's a lot. That's a good sized meteor shower. And down here on the bottom, they talk about the beta Taurids right here. And that's the shower we're talking about, right? This daytime shower. And you see there, it says July 5th to June 5th to July 18th. And their maximum activity is around June 28th and June 29th. Well, what do you know about that date? That is just before Asteroid Day. So if we go back to the Asteroid Day website and this countdown here, in 10 days, right? That's and 14 hours. So 10 days from now is the 29th, and 14 hours is, is probably the 30th, right? So it's not a coincidence that Asteroid Day just so happens to be on the peak day of the Beta Taurids. And the reason for that and the reason that they think that the Tunguska event might have been from this is because it was at the peak of the Beta Taurids. So as you can see here, the radar measurements for that are 25 per hour. So zenithal hourly rate means if we look up at the zenith in the sky, straight over us is the zenith, right over our heads, which is the darkest and the least amount of atmosphere that we're looking through. So we could see the most meteors during a meteor shower here. And so they're, at the peak rate, it's 25 per hour, which that, by the way, is more than the 5 per hour of the Taurids that are usually seen during the fall Taurid shower. But that's visual, right? This is a radar that's measuring it. So let me make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah. So about hurricanes, yeah, we're already. Today I spent the whole day outside whacking stuff, and like cutting things that could, like palm trees that could whack my house during a storm. So yeah, we're all anticipating the season, but usually our peak is on September 15th. It is when there's almost always a storm in the Atlantic or the Gulf on that date. So this is still kind of mellow, like not too hyped up, but of course with El Nino this year, it does change things around a bit in a good way. It might diminish the amount of storms that we get, I hope. But, I'm not, I don't like hurricanes very much. Obviously, they're, right, it's like who likes them? Well, weather chasers like them, right? But, yeah, so... hoping to move before another one hits. Yeah. So you guys are telling me, so I didn't see that. So there's something actually happening out there. Let me see that. I have a web page for that I have my own weather on. So, but it like brings me to the things that I'm interested in. So here, let's go. So we got Brett. Okay, I see Brett out there, and let's click on Brett. Ooh, I don't like that path does not look good at all. Yeah, that's totally not cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's like so on that path. If it keeps that, that's kind of a low path for the storm. Let's see. Yeah, I see it, Brett. Yeah. Yeah. So this is on the south side of Dominican Republic. So, there's a chance that it might stay like in low. Let's look at the discussion. Yeah, a lot of uncertainty in the forecast. It's gonna reach hurricane 80 miles an hour in 60 hours, 75 miles an hour. Yeah, in 48 hours it'll be a hurricane, and in 72 hours it'll be 80. But then they're predicting some weakening of it. Let's look at the graphics. Those are always more fun. So these are the arrival times for Brett. So Friday, 8 a.m. Okay. It's Monday. So on Friday, I'll start thinking about this a lot more when it's over here, because, it's a lot like worrying about, and sorry if I think my mic audio was like peeking out there a little bit. Sorry about that. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh no, that was weird. Yeah. Let me get chat back open again. So yeah, it looks close to Herbert Box. Just saying. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool. Third Rock. Yeah. Wikipedia Herbert Box. Okay, Mike level is fine. Cool. Yeah. So I'm looking at that, and there are so many things, like having been through a lot of hurricanes, if I get like too stoked about it early, it's like a lot of wasted stress level kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna see where it goes. If it gets shredded on Cuba, that's like a common thing for them to get the strength knocked out of them by Cuba. So that's something to watch for. On one of the other things that I look at is the spaghetti models, which is probably way too early for that. Let me see. Let me just look at this. Okay, so these guys, right? Oh, here it is. So, use Ghost Sats. Yeah, here's a really good sat site to check. So, what university is that? The COD. This thing, you might want to check this out sometime. So if you're ever curious about the spaghetti models for a hurricane, so these are models that are made by different research centers, that when they're all tight and in alignment, College of DuPage, okay, that's cool. Uses GoSats. Yeah, I use we'll look at that in a second. And I realize we're going on a rabbit hole here with the weather, so I will get back to the subject shortly. But as you can see here, in this spaghetti model, there's not a lot of consensus on this particular storm yet. Later in the track, so we were looking at the date when it gets to Puerto Rico is like by Friday, right? So here the consensus is good up to Puerto Rico, and then it gets like all crazy. Yeah, weather affects astronomy. Yeah, that's true. Why I'm talking about it at all, right? Yeah, and so, yeah, looking at this, it looks to me like the chances are good that it's going to make a right turn after it hits Haiti and Dominican Republic. That would be my guess at the which is highly speculative, of course, and nobody should act on that guess. But excuse me. So yeah, if you're ever wondering, like, here, let me put that in the chat there too, because that that is a good, like, if you ever want to know what the deal is with the storm, they bring together not just National Hurricane Center, but the European models, UK Met, all these different models. And if you want to get to like what the truth of what the weather guys are looking at in these newsrooms, they look at this stuff and the National Hurricane Center. They say what the Hurricane Center says, even if the Hurricane Center is off or is being conservative. Like I noticed in the last few storms that they were being very conservative in the way that they were describing things, and basically everybody ends up preparing for it with the method that they're using. It's like a policy, like you're a policymaker and you have to make decisions about like how you tell people things so that everybody's prepared. So it's like a risk management thing. The European EU models were really good. There, you know what was like blew my mind? There was a storm last year. The UK model, they didn't change it at all, and we got nailed by a bad one last year. And it was exactly right. Like it, they never changed it. Everybody else kept shifting their stuff all over the place, everywhere, but it did. They didn't move it at all. And I don't know if it's because they just didn't want to update it or not, but the UK one was exactly right, the UK Met one, and I couldn't believe it. It went right over my friend's house in Merritt Island, and just exactly the way they said it would. And I was like, wow. And it was like for more than a week, everybody else was shifting their stuff all over the place, and they were just like, we believe in our what we're doing. So some models are better at different things. The one that devastated Fort Myers. My mom lives over in St. Pete, and it was originally the lines, these spaghetti models were going over her house. So I was like, either she's going to get nailed or I'm going to get nailed. So, but she would have been in an island basically, because she's at high ground over there, but everything else would have been flooded around her. So I would have had to go like on a rescue mission, and it would not have been cool. So I feel sympathetic for the people that south of her who got wiped out, but she would have been financially destroyed if that happened. So, having to hold the door shut. Oh my goodness, that is a crazy story. Can you imagine that? It's like we had in 2004 we had 3 hurricanes come through here, and one right after the other over a couple weeks period. And funnily, the weakest of seemingly smallest, weakest of the storms was Hurricane Charlie, and it came up on that's kind of the same path but south of the Fort Myers one, and yeah. Yeah, the hurricanes come to die at Lake Wales, I think. Like, I love watching, like, all these storms, like, they come up Florida and they kind of, like, explode over Lake Wales and just, like, dump all their energy on Lake Wales. I'm like, I feel bad for people in Lake Wales, but, like, they're like our like, uh, I just am relieved when they blow up over there because it's not here. So, but I feel bad for them. I'm very sympathetic for them because I'm in the level of fear until they get it. I'm in at their level of stress, and then even then, like I've had to replace roofs and had trees and come down, and it is totally not fun. And yeah, I just realized that I've had my face covered this whole time, but it's been in Lake Wales, I've seen quite a few, like, and like near Plant City, that whole area, like it seems like they come up Florida and go poof and dissipate over there. So yeah, let me get the this here. I was in Isabella and moved out of Florida before Katrina hit. Yeah. Damaged our neighborhood in Bartow. Yeah. Had a tree fall in our house. Right, it's terrible. Right, I had the last storm knocked out my fence, but didn't crush my car, so that was good. Let's see. And like I have 3 palms that are like this now, like and a gigantic branch snapped off this other tree, and so there's the cleanup, and it smashed my fences all over the place, and so there was that. But the roof held up. I was impressed that because it was bad. It was bad. So yeah, I was in Isabella before I moved out. Yeah. Well, there's the benefit of being in Florida. There's a lot of them, and then that this hurricane thing is just like a high stress factor thing that people move from Florida over that. My friend's in Merritt Island right now, and he got hit actually recently. He was traveling abroad and got home, and his house had been damaged a lot. He's by some recent storms, and he's like at here now with the hurricanes, where it's like I don't think it would take much to incentivize him to go someplace else. But he's got a pretty cool observatory. Anyway, getting back to the subject here. So for those who've been tolerant of this whole thing, thank you very much. We're looking at the beta Taurids now. And here you could see that they predicted a swarm. Let me make that bigger for you. Wait, how did it flip it backwards? What the heck? Oh, okay. Maybe if I go like this. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of cool. That's funny. Gotta keep chat open. I keep bouncing off the screen there. So yeah, image is reversed for the Wiki better. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. So you can see here they get into where I was talking about the beta Taurids, and they're in 2019. They predicted that that asteroids around 100 meters in size. Now, that's, now you're getting into like the danger zone with 100-meter asteroids and bigger. Now you're talking about getting to city killers and kind of stuff. So they were looking for them in this Taurid Swarm uh, of meteors. Now you can see here, they didn't discover any, right? But it was slim odds. I remember when they were doing it, and the chances of success for them were pretty slim. And you can also see that they make a reference there to the Tunguska event, right? Because it came on June 30th from the direction of the Beta Taurids. So, there's circumstantial evidence, right, that it might have been from that. So that's why I'm talking about it now, because the Taurid Swarm is related to Asteroid Day, in a sense, and it is circumstantial, like they said, but the timing is super sus, and also perhaps the vector of it too. So we were looking at some other stuff here. Let me see if I can move some windows around here. There we go. So we were talking about where the meteors are coming from in the sky, and if we look at, where's the is it this one? Yeah, here we go. If we were to look just before sunrise, and even in the hours preceding, let me get my clock going here. Where's the clock? There it is. Sorry about that. I am going to resize this for a second. I apologize. Let me get to the clock. Okay. I think you guys can see my clock here. There we go. So if we, so as the day goes by, this is at 6 a.m., right? As the sun comes up, it's going in the sky, right? You see the marker there of where the Areatids are, which is similar to where this other one's coming from. And you can see the marker, right? It moves through the sky during the day. So, anytime during the day you can see it, but also before sunrise, somewhat before, because the meteors don't just come from here, right? They're just give me a second, I'm reading something. Yeah, so they travel across the sky like this. I'm gonna close that like this, right? In all directions away from the radiant, right? Like this. Just like this other image that you saw here. They're all coming across. So you can see these these just before sunrise shooting across. So it's not impossible for one of these super sized meteors to shoot across the sky over the next days while this is going on, peaking around the end of June. So let me go back to the slideshow thingy here. So here, I believe I'm showing, let me just check on stream real quick. There we go. Yeah, so, and it looks like it's streaming. Bandwidth is going excellent. And let me, hello everybody, I'm Jason. Let me get back to that. Hold on, I'll go look at that window there. OBS, I need you now. There we go. Hi. So, yeah, so this is, you know, a comet. Let me see which one that was. Let's see if I can find that one. Okay. Oh, so this is GSFC 2017. Okay. So we probably can see up here what it says on the frame there. Oh yeah, so this is C2014. So this comet here, it's just, you know, it's just a normal comet with a green coloration, a lot like what people were calling the green comet the other recently that was seen in the sky. And this is one where the comet, where a comet breaks up, and I'm pretty sure that this was a comet, the one that hit Jupiter. Excuse me. So I'm not going to keep doing this random stuff. Let me get to specific, get down to brass tacks. So here, this was from the ISS during a meteor shower, and you could see, I think it's one of the Perseids. Let me go look it up, what this was about. Where is that one? Yeah, it was ISS. I think it was this was during the Perseids. And you can see a meteor burning up in the atmosphere below the ISS there, which I think was like a cool angle to see it going at. Let's kind of go through a couple more here. Oh, this is a beautiful also from the ISS. This was a comet that was imaged from the International Space Station, which, by the way, is on my shirt here, which you can see. This is when they had assembly complete, because it took years and years to put it all together. And this is a shirt that commemorated that event back when it happened near the turn of the century. Let me, well, in the 20... it was in the early 2000s. So yeah, let me get back. So if you hear any ambient noise at all, I believe my son has arrived here, and let's look at chat here. Let's see. Just follow what's going on. Oh, Dreamless Phantom. Yeah, you said you recently bought a Leica Velux 1 camera. So I wonder how those perform. Let me just take a look at that. Let's see what a Leica V1 Lux is. Leica V1 Lux. Oh, that looks cool. See what eBay says about that. From Japan. Yeah, that looks pretty neat. Let me look at the specs on that thing. I guess we could look at the DP. Actually, I'll go to... Oh, you guys can't see the screen. Okay, sorry about that. Um, okay, I see the Velux 5 is out now, and you got a Velux 1. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can. So yeah, I see a Velux 1 for sale. And let me just see the review on that. Just give me a second. I think I can open that window. I think. Oh wow, where did that window go? There we go. Like a V1 looks here. I'm not affiliated with this. This, you know, we just had this whole terms of service change on Twitch here about you know, showing stuff at 3% or whatever. They're not affiliated with me. Let's see what the specifications are for this puppy here. So it gets to ISO 3200. Yeah. So yeah, congratulations. You can do some, you know, if you do some exposures at a dark sky site, you can image the Milky Way with it and have a lot of fun with it for sure. Let me get back to chat here. So let's see here. Right, depends on the location. Let me go back and chat a little bit further here. So yeah, I see keep out for fireballs. Yeah, so I think like if you had a camera that was doing a time lapse, you know, before in the AM hours, there's a good chance that somebody could catch a bolide, you know, like a bright, super bright rock burning up from the beta Taurids. Yeah, that's a prediction I would make for sure. Yeah, light pollution matters, 35. I'm just going to skim through here. Right, so all that Third Rock and Misadventures have said is good. Yeah, so yeah, astrophotography is a lot of fun, and you'd be surprised what you can do with the simplest of setups. Let me. Hold on a second. Can you hold on a second? I'll be right back. So yeah, let me go back to my thing here. The reason this won't be long, I just want to show like as far as primitive things go with cameras, with just the camera alone, I caught which this was a Canon T6i. And I had it on a tracking map, but I'll show you something else in a second that wasn't tracking. And here you could see the with just the camera on a tripod. Well, no, this one was on a tracking map. Excuse me. 90 seconds, a single exposure allowed me to get to this. You know, this. And you can't see it. It's so funny. Hold on a second. not too funny, just sad funny. Here we go. So yeah, you can see here that you know, for a camera that is, you know, wasn't expensive, you can get pretty decent images, and it's not an astronomy camera. Let me show you. Here we go. So this one was on a tripod. Hold on, let me go make this better here for you. Okay. So you can hear this was as you can see on the bottom here, this was 15-second exposures on a tripod with no tracking at all, and stacked together, 6 15-second exposures, and it was from a fairly dark sky site, but not looking toward the center of the Milky Way, but looking away from it toward the Andromeda Galaxy. And you can see there the, you know, the, let me see, oh, my mouse showed, yay. You could see the Andromeda Galaxy here, and the Milky Way, the plane of the Milky Way here, in the other direction away from the center of the Milky Way. And so even with the simplest of setups, you can get in, you know, like basically your camera is a telescope. It's you know, it's a great way of starting to get into astro imaging for sure. Let me fix this. Yeah, so let me get back to this subject again. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I want to open something else here. So we saw Comet 2P Encke in that video before, and oh, and its orbital period is 3.3 years. I thought it was 5 point something, but I wrote down, and it's considered one of the Taurids. That we were showing that before. Let's see. So yeah, some of the Taurids are classified as potentially hazardous asteroids too, and I'd like to see if I can reopen the slideshow here, if it'll work. Let me move it up to the top. So there's another, and there's, let me move this over. Okay, so I do want to show you another website. Oh, and 4 days ago there was one, but there's a I thought I had that window open. Oh, this one was I do want to play this one. So this was all up to 2018, but it's still, you know, is a good one to show. Let me resize some windows. Okay, there we go. So let me press play. So this, you know, you can read, right? So it's gonna play out right now. All of these you know, in 1999, these were the known ones, and then by 2009, known near-Earth asteroids, and then by 2018, known ones, and of course we know of even more now. And if you look here, this is all the known asteroids. So let me just pause it here for you to like. So what's cool about this one is, you know, these are the near Earth ones, and we were looking at that on the other website before. But let me get myself in the view again, just a little bit. So I think it's cool because, you know, that looks like a lot, right? But then when you get to like, you jump to all the known ones, where, you know, like that's a lot of junk. And the cool thing is that there are more. There are a lot more that haven't been found yet. So you know, it's a bit hazardous out there, to say the least. And yeah, so I think that one really kind of brings it home as far as like understanding how much we've learned in recent times and it's a good thing, right? Because even though we are aware of all these, we still don't have anything that rises to the level of, oh no, you know, we got to do something about this immediately. There are some, you know, that are potentially hazardous over time, but there are no like uh-oh kind of things. So that's you know, that said, the reason I'm talking about the Taurids is because there are you know, other threats that will, you know, that will come unannounced and hit the Earth over time. And you know, I just wanted to touch on it. So let me see if okay, so this was earlier this year, so these are not newsworthy. Let me just go back here. So also on, you know, like they do have a Twitter feed for this NASA thing that you can go to, you know. And so here, let me just go here. So this is a live asteroid watch for June 20th for, oh, I hear audio playing. Hold on a second. I do not want to get a strike here. Where is this? Hold on a second. Where is it? Can't find it. Found it. Oof. Oh yeah, she got hit by an asteroid. We're not gonna watch that now, though. Let me close that out here. Where is that window? Where is this? Where is see. This one. Okay. I just wanted to get that out of there because it's like, isn't it horrible that we have to, like, I mean, a lot of people don't, right? I don't know if Scotty Rotten is here or not, but some people care about these things more than others as far as, you know, paying attention to what goes on the stream for copyrights. But I'm like paranoid of it, and I don't want to be, but I just, like, it's a shame that we can't just, you know, not think about these things and just share information. But so let me, I had something open before that I want to check out here. Okay, here it is, Eyes on the Skies. So what they're tracking here in 21 hours, right? There's always stuff flying by constantly. So, you know, somebody out there, probably in the old days it would have been on YouTube, will, you know, get panicked about the next one and the next one and the next one. And in reality, you know, if we were at crisis for something, you would hear about it from, you know, people who follow these things, usually. If we go to, let me see. Okay, so here they show the next 5, right? Coming up. And so you can see this one was 15 meters, which would, you know, if it were to enter the atmosphere, but look how far away it is. It's 686,000 kilometers, and then the next one after that is 4 million kilometers, so way further than the moon. And then in 4 days, we got a 269 meter one. That's a heifer there. That's a big one. But look how far it is. It's 6 million kilometers away. And then the reason I'm just doing these 5 is because I want to show you, like, there's nothing imminent that we're aware of. And another one here, 4 million, and then 3 million. So, you know, they're big, but they're not, they're no threat to us right now. And so they're tracking these guys here. And if we zoom out here and we zoom back in for these ones we're watching, right? So here's Earth, right? And if we click on this one, you can see where it is relative to Earth in its orbit, right? If you drag this around, and this one, right, which is kind of an Earth trailing one right at the moment, and but again, you can see that the moon's orbit is here, and these are all much further away than the moon, so all not a threat right now. And, you know, I kind of like the idea that somebody is watching. Yeah. So these guys should be funded even if NASA went out of business. That's how, this is like pretty important stuff. Of all the sciences, like, this should be the highest priority kind of science. And, yeah, the truth is that all of these things are usually kind of underfunded, and there are better methods of looking for these things that are coming from the solar direction. So, you know, like, we can't see the stuff that's coming from the sun direction very well, because there are other orbital tracks that you know, would be in our daytime from this particular Taurid swarm that I was talking about. And you know, they could I would imagine that funding of those there are probably scientists who are begging for money to get their projects approved to do this. So if anybody watching this can influence that, they they always need some political help to move these things along. So so check out that Eyes on Asteroids website. I'll drop it in Twitch here. It's kind of cool. And let me read chat again. See if I missed anything. Oh, you apply for a job there. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. There's a black hole. Money goes in. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's funny. Oh, there's a kit lens challenge. That's pretty cool too. Yeah, that's what I was using for the Milky Way one. I wasn't using a kit lens, but for the stack of those 15-second frames, I was using kit lens for that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, internal issues. Yeah. So the sad part is like politics is always a factor, and then some projects suck away the money from everything else, and people pay money. I don't want to get into politics here, but people pay money to keep their projects going, Yeah. So let me go back to my sheet here for a second. I'll leave this asteroid tracking thing up for a second while I'm reading this. Oh, I do want to see that. What is that? Oh yeah, so Schwassmann-Wachmann. Okay, let me zoom out here. This is a different let me see if I can fix my view now, because I kind of have borked myself here. Okay. Show me. Okay, here we go. Whoa. I didn't want to do that. There we go. So here we are in the super view. So that Schwassmann-Wachmann is actually a whole bunch of, and there are comet Mach-Holtz too. There are a whole bunch of comets that crash into the sun a lot, and are spread out wide, and it kind of is like this Taurid Swarm too, because they get distributed over in an orbital aspect to them. If we look at these orbits here, when a comet breaks up, or an asteroid, they will get spread over time over a wide area. And so if a comet breaks up, or even it keeps emitting stuff from the tail, and gets down to core elements, there are stones and rocks and stuff on the surface that get ejected, and then some of them stay with the comet, right? And it gets spent, all the volatiles blow off, But that's junk that went off. If it doesn't have an escape velocity from the solar system, a lot of times it gets caught up orbiting the sun, like this other stuff. And that, the Taurids basically are this super comet that broke up and created a whole bunch of other comets 25,000 years ago, and then those kept breaking up and spreading further and further. So if you look at some of the known objects that were like Enki I was showing before, some of the other known comets that are related to the Taurids, they also, some of them have broken up, like, they could see them dissipating. So even today, more Taurids are being created as these things dissolve. So let me go back to what I was going to look at real quick. Can I leave this maximized for you? Let me open up chat real quick. Okay, cool. And let me see if I could find my slideshow again. Where is it? Here we go. So let me see if I could go into playing it here. Oh, it won't let me play. Huh. So we're gonna go through these real quick. Oh yeah, so here on the Earth, this image is on the Earth, and we have so asteroids and meteors are rocks in space, basically. And when they enter the atmosphere, they create a crater and push all the stuff to the side. And so here, on Earth, except for erosion, which breaks them down, there are craters on the Earth that can still be seen to this day. And there's meteor crater in Arizona, and a number of other places around the world. So let me. Oh wow, I have a couple of interesting ones coming up here. See if I can get this to work. So here you can see this comet that's stuff is coming off of it. It's, the sun is shining on it and the volatiles boil off, but what gets left behind is this like rubbly stuff. And if it encountered Earth, it would have the effect of an asteroid hitting the Earth, even though it's a comet. There's another asteroid. I'm not going to call these out. There's Ida and Gaspra and a few other ones. Oh wow, this was supposed to be an animation. I don't know why that's not playing, but this was part of an animation I put together of a different NASA probe crashing into a comet, but that was years ago, not the one that you guys may have heard about recently. Let me move on. Yeah, so this is a comet breaking up before it crashed into Jupiter. So this is Meteor Crater in Arizona. Speaking of craters on Earth, you can visit it as a tourist. I've flown over it in an airplane. It's visible from very far away. Um, um, and, I'm not sure if it's on private property or not, but you could see that they have like a little observatory up on the edge of it. And, um, um, you can go down in it. It's it's not eroded away completely yet. So that's a meteor crater in Arizona. There's another name for it too. I can't remember. Let me look that up real quick. Oh yeah, Barringer crater. That's it. Yeah. Someone probably put it in chat, so I apologize. Let me go back to chat here. Okay. Yeah, so meteor crater, Barringer crater. Hold on a second here. I hope that window's still open. Is this it here? Yes, it is. Let me move the crater off for a second, and let's look at this. So, get off my screen for a second, please. Okay. So here we've got Barringer crater or meteor crater, right, in Arizona. Flags, let's see, 50,000 years ago. Yeah, that's when this was, impacted this area here, and let's see. Oh, they have fragments from it too. That's cool. So this is looking at it from this angle, which by the way, that's the greenest I've ever seen. Usually I see like moon-like images of it here, like this one, but yeah, it's let me see if you can see. It's kind of cool looking. Let me get out of this. Please let me out. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's a tourist site. Go check it out. Getting back to what we were talking about is rocks from space, basically. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, Asteroid Day is coming. They have materials on the Asteroid Day website that can help people if you do outreach in an astronomy club, where you can, teach others about the threats of asteroids and how we need to, be proactive about searching for these things. And I'm going to try to open. I'm going to close this slideshow now. Let me close this. Yes, I do. And try to open something else. Where is that? Okay. Add a file directory. Okay. Not that one. Cancel. Not that one. This one. It still won't do it. I apologize. Let me open something else here. Yeah, I want to see this. Okay, yeah, I want to see both of these. Okay, so let me do this here. So this super comet that broke up 25,000 years ago, it orbits, all the chunks of it are orbiting the sun right now. And if they haven't boiled off into space for the, like Comet Encke is doing right now, they're already expended chunks flying around. There, like you saw, there could be 100-meter sized ones, 50-meter sized ones, like the whole spectrum down to pebble sized in this Taurid Swarm. So, you know, um, it has to be the subject of scientific study, and I don't think that uh, there are many people looking at trying to track these down. So, I would encourage anybody who goes into science to consider, uh, you know, uh, a profession of asteroid hunting. Um, Let me open this one up here too. Okay, so okay. So here you see this artist's concept of what I was talking about, where um, this, something like this happened to this super comet and left behind all these millions of chunks of rocks from, like I said, little stuff like this, smaller too, but the Taurids tend to be larger, stony meteors and meteorites versus the other ones, which are like more like these guys right here. And I don't know if you can see these here, but they're smaller than this, right? So let me. I think I should wind this up pretty soon, but I do want to touch on any points I might have missed. Yeah, so right. So I have. So I'm redigesting this thing I wrote for the movie I made, but in 2017, this Taurid meteoroid stream, is quote, if you quote a particular astronomer, is a real source of potentially hazardous bodies, and they said that there's the like Comet Encke is 1.3 kilometers in diameter. It's not a threat to us today. So we have nothing to fear from Comet Encke, the one I was showing in that orbiting at passing Comet Ison. And then, but in 2015, there was a 1 meter size, 1 meter sized meteor. So 1 meter, it's like 3 feet ish size rock. Burned up over Poland, and thousands of people saw it, and that year in 2015, many bolides were seen in 2015. So these things peak and they go up and down, up and down. And so this is also true for the daytime ones. It can happen. There's a YouTube stream that I don't think I can play here. I'll have to take a look at it, of daytime bolide flying through the sky. It's a real famous video, and I'm not sure about the copyright thing on that. Let me try to find that one. But it's sick. If you see it, it's like, if I saw that in the daytime, man, I don't know if you saw the Disney movie Dinosaur, where it's like, I don't know if I would like cardiac if I saw something like that. It'd be like, because I would know what was about to happen, and I don't know how I'd react. Be like, oh well, nothing I can do here. But I don't think duck and cover is going to help you in that one. But let's see, daytime meteor. So I can't play these here, but if one does daytime meteor on YouTube, there are a couple of them that are pretty cool. There was one shot in 1972. I have to see if that one, if I can play that one. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Just go to daytime meteor, and there's one in I can share the link. So hold on a second. Let me look at chat. Someone probably suggested that already. Okay, let me read chat. Sorry. If they had okay, I can do this. Oh yeah, do an Asteroid Day stream. That would be a lot of fun. And could try to do some EAF and find one out there, maybe Ceres. So Ceres for others is the largest asteroid. Its designation is 1. So a lot of asteroids have numbers that precede, and comets do too. But Ceres is 1. Yeah, so I don't know what that YouTube is, but I'm going to do, it might be the one that I'm about to link to. I'm not sure. Which example of daytime? Oh, wait. Yeah, I got to do, I got to kill the audio here. Hold on. Yeah, it's dead. Let me share the one I'm talking about, because it's like so sick. Hold on, paste. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one. And it's like kind of poor quality, but yeah, this is the one. It's crazy. So yeah, this one I posted too, and let me look at yours. Just check it out. Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, let me kill the audio. Oops. Oh yeah, that one's for that's Chelyabinsk. Yeah, that's a good quality one. Who? Let me see who. Oh, that's 10 years ago. That's the one that I got the strike on YouTube. Was this one? And this guy doesn't own the rights to this, by the way. Just saying. but they banged him, but they didn't bang him. But they got me. What can one do, right? There's only so much we can do. But yeah, at the very beginning of the one that you shared, which I can't share, but the one that you shared, I mean, I can't play it on stream, but the one that you shared, Misadventures, is that at the very beginning, that Chelyabinsk one, like, doesn't that look amazing? That's freaking awesome, man. And uh, yeah, that's the one I wanted to share early in the stream. So I'm so glad that you found a good, clean copy of it. I have one that's like the original video. I have the pristine version of that before it was removed from Wikipedia Commons. Wikimedia Commons. That's where I got it, and it was, uh, like, it's gone now. So anyway, yeah. Let me get back to what we were doing before. So yeah, I am winding stuff down here. Here we go. Okay, we got this guy here. And I'm just going to cycle this puppy a little bit here. Oh no, I don't want to do that actually. What I do want to do though is go back to what I was saying here. So let's see. So yeah, right. And that the other thing I would point out is that these will be, if somebody does see them, they will be slow moving across the sky. These the like slower than other meteors. They're not like the fastest meteors in the sky. The ones these Taurid ones, they are, they'll have, just like you saw in the link I put of that one in 1972. They're gonna go like skim the sky kind of thing, and those are called earth grazing, by the way, when they can go in and out of the atmosphere and never hit the earth. They hit the atmosphere, but they can graze the earth. Yeah. Let me get down to the bottom here. So yeah, the Taurids are known to be very bright. So in the fall, in October and November, they're very bright fireballs in the fall one, and these are all the same bodies of stuff that you're seeing in the sky. So let me take care of something here. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just gonna finish reading this. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, the fireballs are brighter than Venus and sometimes brighter than the full moon and even the sun. They can have larger explosions, and the color can persist longer in the atmosphere than other meteors that you might have seen. because of their larger uh, particles, and that um, they're I'm just reading something here. Oh yeah, so for the Taurids in the fall, they call them the Halloween fireballs, um, because of the time period that you can see them in. But it's actually over a couple months of time period. It's a very drawn out shower, and then this part is very controversial in the scientific community, and I noted this, so that's why I'm touching on these. Is um, there are some people who speculated that the Taurid complex was at least partially responsible for the last ice age and some of the Paleolithic extinctions 12,900 years ago. And um, some people think that, and it's controversial, it is in the science community, but um, we had a return to the Ice Age conditions for about 1,300 years, um, um, around 12,900 years ago. And, the Taurid Meteor Storm does, have big enough chunks that could cause the dimming. If you had a large enough impact, it could lessen the sunlight and cool things down. And there's even I have to. There was a little ice age, they called it. I forget if that was from a comet or a volcanism. It might have been volcanism, I believe. Yeah. I kind of remember this. So there were several causes that were proposed. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm not gonna. Apparently, it's not. That wasn't a causation that I would attribute it to, based on what I just read. Um, but what I would say is, if we look at the other objects that these are full-blown asteroids. So I'm just going to say, we were talking about Comet 2P Encke, right, is one of the objects. But there are a couple of large asteroids, 2002 XM35, 2003 UL3, 2004 TG11, 2005 TF50, 2005 UR, and 2015 TX24. All of these are asteroids, like big asteroids, that are components of the Taurid complex. And the Tunguska event, right, which happened in 1908, it had the force of 1,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs. And like we saw before, they were saying it killed like 80 million trees. And if that were a populated area, there would have been catastrophic devastation related to that. And like we said before, if you weren't here, the Tunguska event, is circumstantially related to this Taurid Swarm of asteroids. as I noted before, Tunguska-like events happen on average once or twice per century, but most of them fall over the ocean. Let me, I have the window covered here. We're talking about fireballs, and as you can see, a good percentage of asteroid falls, meteorites, and meteor falls and meteor explosions in the atmosphere occur over the oceans. So that's why we don't hear about most of these things. And like I said before, this one was the Chelyabinsk one here. And then one of the most recent ones here that I'm aware of, there are new ones. Probably there's a May 20th one on here too. But this one on April 15th was 6.3 kilotons just off of Africa, it seems. Let's see. Yeah, so it was just off of Africa right here. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this up. If any of these, like, we've just been like ridiculously lucky so far. If you look at like the angle that these hit is another big important factor. If that Chelyabinsk one had an angle like this instead of like this, it would certainly have been catastrophic. For those people in the region, and for whatever city or town that got whacked by it. So we've just been like, if you look at this map, like look over the United States, we have all these kind of like wussy, weak, all off the coast, for our American viewers here. I mean, it's only been a couple of, meh. This one's pretty, 1.8 kilotons is not like, you wouldn't want that blowing up over your house. But look where it is. It's in the middle of, the western United States. And then, like, virtually nothing at all over the southeast. Here, this one's 0.85. So, again, not that strong. This one was pretty, 2001. Is this still a Canadian, the one up in Canada? I forget. There was one. Is that over the border there? No, this is the border here. Sorry. So that looks like, here's New Jersey, maybe Pennsylvania, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I've digressed, as I will often do. Let me go over here. Figured I'd share. Yes, car video people. Car video people didn't even notice it. Yeah. People. That was I think I saw that as a comment somewhere too. It's like there are a number of other videos where people, they just go on with their daily thing. Who even saw it? Like they're just like, meh. Just 440 kiloton thing. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, there's another dash cam video. Yeah. Let me take a look at that. Oh, I don't think I saw this one. St. Louis area. Oh, this is cool. So I'm just going to watch. You guys can't see my screen right now, but play along at home. Wait a second. I did not see it. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay. Yeah. Well, imagine, like, that was okay. And, that could happen potentially with this one. imagine one brighter than the sun um, going by. That's that's the potential here is that bright. So let me let's see. So yeah, Tunguska is the most was the most powerful meteor explosion in written history, and like I mentioned, some eyewitnesses in that region said that people were killed. So if you might read like in the Wikipedia or elsewhere that nobody died, but when I researched this years ago, there were eyewitnesses from that region who saw that. And then yeah, I noticed. Oh, notice the date, June. Okay. Oh, is that when it was? June what? June of this year? Hold on. Oh, 2016. 2016. Yeah. So the angle of that, right, relative to the sun and where the camera was, you could reconstruct its orbit probably from that video. There's this guy Peter Jenniskins. He works with the SETI Institute, but like in a NASA wing of it. And he goes out and recovers meteors, and he's recovered. Let me see if I can find his wiki. He's awesome. I met him in person at a SETI conference in 2010, and I wish I had the photo in a folder here. It's on my old machine, and he let me look him up. He's awesome. Hold on, Jenniskins, and I know I'm messing up his name, but here he is. He's got his own Wikipedia article. So here, this dude, right? He had people like scour all over, and locals led him here to this meteorite fragment, and he also was able to track where it came from. The reason he found it is because he tracked it to the ground. Like, he predicted where it would be, and then they found it, which I thought was kind of cool. And let's see. So you could see he's got a really nice Wikipedia page here, and in my opinion, he's like, if not the top, like, he's in the top couple of people in the world who can do this. I'm not an expert on meteorites and meteor recovery, but this guy is an expert in predicting whether or not a meteor shower is going to be like awesome or meh. And they model when we're going to go through the tail of a comet, which is what a lot of meteor showers are. For those who don't know, when we pass, so the comets are constantly emitting fine particles, and Earth passes through them, and the meteor radiants, they're called, are this path that the comet tail stuff takes, and we pass through it. So so there's Peter Jenniskins, and go check him out. He's an older guy now, and as am I, and but a very kind person too, and a gentle person. If you ever meet him, he'll go go into detail about the things he's found. He's showed us stuff in person, like had a glove, and this particular fall, actually, I think he had showed us a chunk of that. But yeah, so let me get back to what we were saying here. So the fireballs thing, there is so nuclear weapon detection satellites detect small explosions over the ocean frequently. So this chart that you see here, this graphic, is what it's showing is, you know, these things as reported from government satellites, basically. And you know, there are these, but yeah, as we mentioned, there are meteorites that have impacted Earth throughout time, and the moon preserves the history of meteor impacts, basically, and it doesn't erode it away, except for the other meteor ejecta smearing it out. But here on Earth, everything gets smoothed over with plate tectonics, volcanism, erosion, rain, subsidence of continents, and that meteor crater one, I believe they said it was 50,000 years ago. So it's well preserved. I thought it was newer. I thought it was like 20,000, but that's what it said on the website. So these nuclear weapon detection satellites, yeah, so, let me just mention, I see here that the Chelyabinsk meteor was only 20 meters wide. So these 100-meter ones that we were talking about are in the Taurid thing. The Chelyabinsk one was 20 meters wide and going about 40,000 miles an hour when it burned up. And that one is like 30 Hiroshima ones, something like that. And 1,500 people sought medical treatment from the Chelyabinsk one, and there were no reported deaths, but thousands of buildings were damaged. And then there is, the 1972. There's another one in the Rocky Mountains. Let me track that one down. Sorry. Yeah, this one. I can't link to this. Let me copy the link address and put it in chat. I can't play this right now, but this is the one. This is the one I wanted you guys to see. This one is the mind blower one. Here we go. Oh crap! They're giving. Let me do this the hard way. Hold on a second. Okay, share. this one, you've got to see this one. Let's see. Where is it? I hope it's here. I hope I gave you a good link. Hold on a second. No, there's a moving version of this. So nix that. There's a moving version of this. This one I thought was the moving one. Hold on. Which also went over Alberta, Canada. Here it is. Yeah, this might have been the same one that I gave you before. So that was it, I think. The one I gave you before. The Great Daylight Fireball. Let's see. It's funny, like, some people... Oh, wow. There's a cool one for Alberta, too. So, yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Let me close this out. Reopen stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to wind it up now and just say this. There are meteor showers all year long, right? You can go out to a dark sky site and see these things that are so-called shooting stars. And all year long they happen. And these are little rocks burning up in the atmosphere. It's caused by the Earth moving through the tail of a comet. The ones we were talking about with Comet 2P Encke and the Taurids are going on right now in the daytime. And so, you know, if you ever see a bright flash of light in the daytime, it might have been because of that. And hopefully it's benign, you know, not going to damage anything or hurt anybody. And they are also related to this fall Taurid meteor shower. And check out the the Asteroid Day website. This is the countdown here to Asteroid Day. And let me back up there. So 10 days and 12 hours from now, it'll be Asteroid Day, and that is also counting down to basically to the peak of the Taurids. So you know, there's you know, a reason that they coincide, in my opinion. It's circumstantial, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, we know that there are a lot of asteroids out there, and there's always the possibility of you seeing one even in the daytime. Let's see here. Just scrolling. Okay, so yeah, I think we could end it there. Let me look at chat real quick and make sure I didn't miss anybody. There we go. And let me go look at my main Twitch page, see how you guys are doing. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so if you like, if you guys could ride out with me on a raid. Before I do that, thank you for coming. Look at my schedule on the website, because before I had like this automated thing where it was saying every Sunday, and due to Father's Day, basically, I was motivated to change my schedule to a different thing. So now it'll be more variable than just Sundays, and perhaps more frequent and spontaneous too. Look at my schedule, and as you can see, I have upcoming streams that on subjects that I do know some things about, and one is life in the universe, and I wrote a book related to that subject, the SETI subject, and the general life in the universe subject. Let me go over to my stream here and take a look at my schedule here. So tonight I had Asteroids on there, and hopefully my audio doesn't play right now. Channel, I click it, and let's see, where's my... Oh, it won't let me in there while we're on stream. So, yeah, so SETI's another one, and I'm probably also going to revisit supernovas on Saturday. Not just the one in M101 that's going on right now, but also touch on Betelgeuse and some stuff that we were talking about in our recent stream, and some other supernova related interesting stuff, news, astronomy news, and about amateur astronomy too. So there we go. So if you could ride out with me on a raid, let me see if anybody's still streaming. It's 11:45 here on the East Coast. Let me see who's up here. Oh, Moohoodles is streaming right now. So if you could raid out with me, I would totally appreciate it. Clear skies and good seeing. Moohoodles talks about life in the universe and the subject of astrobiology, and it looks like she might still be on science news, astronomy news. So let's go raid her. Thank you very much for coming here. Clear skies and good seeing, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple days, and we'll be raiding in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hope that went. Okay, stop my stream. Oh, wait. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, there we go. It's rating now. Sorry about that.